What you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
Hey everybody, this is Dr. Matt, and this is Take Back Your Health podcast, where we talk about all things health and ways to help you be the best version of you. Hey everybody, this is Dr. Matt. This is Take Back Your Health podcast, and I'm back again with Blakely, with Pure Blakely. Is that what you call it?
Well, Instagram handle's purely Blakely, but the Simply Well Co.
Simply Well Co. Okay. Wasn't 100% sure, because I know you're kind of going through some branding stuff here.
Yes.
But I wanted to bring you back on here to kind of talk about kids, because for the month of July, we've been spotlighting kids and chiropractic and how we can help kids be healthier. But I wanted to kind of hit a little bit on nutrition, since you kind of delve in that realm a little bit more than I do. Mm-hmm. Because I know that getting a kid to eat healthy is a battle, I'm sure.
It can be. It's not always fun.
And you got 4 under the age of 10, right?
Yep.
So you would have probably the best experience as far as dealing with that. But, we're focusing on kids, but honestly, this could apply to adults and everybody, because everybody struggles with eating, especially nowadays, because of the problems that we have. And I kind of have like about 6 or 7 different things that I think are problems in today's world when it comes down to eating. But I wanted to have your opinion on here about how you help to address that, or how, if any information, facts that you have on that.
Yeah, certainly.
I know one of the big issues that I see with kids is, well, adults too, is just the processed foods.
Yeah.
Everything nowadays is so heavily processed.
We live in a very convenient society.
Exactly. And that's the reason behind it. It's convenience, it's cost.
Yep.
And, the huge marketing that we have to push all these foods. But we're having to fight the constant just marketing and Instagram, Facebook, all these just ads for, the newest and best whatever boxed whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Well, and now it's not just the food that we're inundated with. It's, you need all these supplements. You need all this stuff. It's like, it is, your food and nutrition is so overwhelming that people just
don't know where to start.
They don't know where to start. And it is very much falling back into that habit topic that we talked about a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Your food choices are a habit that was generational. A lot of times we picked the same bread our parents fed us, the same peanut butter, the same everything. And we don't realize that those same products, the ingredient change in those products over the last 20 years is insane. So people are like, well, I've done this my whole life. It's totally fine. This is what my parents fed me, and look how I turned out. And it's like, well, if you look at the product itself, it's a completely different product.
Absolutely.
Because they're constantly trying to make things cheaper and quicker to produce, because Americans want fast. And I always tell my clients, like, take it back to simple. Let's just start simple. You're looking for minimal ingredients. You're looking for
5 ingredient, 7 ingredient rule.
5 to 7. Yep. And you want to be able to read them.
Yep.
I always talk about your fiber, your sugar, and your protein. You want at least 3 grams of fiber, 3 grams protein, and no more than 2 grams of added sugar. Now that can fluctuate, because here in America, we put sugar in everything. I stay between 0 to like 7 grams of added sugar. You're not looking at the sugar content when you're looking at the ingredients, because real sugar, like from fruits and stuff, is totally fine. It's the added sugar. It's that processed sugar that we want to focus on.
Exactly.
Minimizing.
Don't get me even started on the artificial sweeteners, like the sucralose and the Splenda and all the other things.
Oh, and they've come up with so many creative words to put in the list. So people are like, oh, no, there's not a lot of sugar in this.
Yep, sugar is the master of disguise. And speaking of sugar, that's another reason that kids struggle eating, because everything has sugar in it.
Yes.
And that's what they fuel, because it tastes good. Sugar makes things taste good. So does salt. But
well, and your brain's addicted to it.
Exactly.
So you don't realize that you're eating something that your brain is telling you tastes really good, when in reality, if you detox your kids off of some of this stuff for like a month, and they go back to it, they may still like it. They're not going to eat it the way that they did, because they will see how it makes them feel. And that's how I kind of teach people to talk to their kids is don't tell them bad foods. We're not saying good and bad when it comes to our food, because when you restrict somebody and you tell them they can't have something, what do they want? They want it more. Tell anybody they can't do it, then they want it more. So we don't want to constantly tell our kids, no, you can't have that. No, you can't have that. You would talk to them like small little people and just tell them you want food that makes you feel good. If you eat the traffic light system, which we can get into later, is such an elementary,
we can get into it now since you're talking about
easy.
it.
Well, it's such an easy way to teach food, because you've got green light foods, yellow light foods, red light foods. Nothing is bad in there, but you just teach them, what do you want more of? Green light foods, you can have as much as you want. That's your fruits, your vegetables, and your water. All day, every day, eat it as much as you want. Your yellow light foods are going to be your lean meat and your whole grains. You still need that. It's still very important, but you want to make sure that you're eating that in balance. And then your red light foods are going to be your processed, your sugars, your drinks and juices, all that. It's going to fall under red light. And that, teaching your kids that those make you tired rather than telling them it makes you, or that they're bad and you can't have them, just teaching them how it makes them feel and empowering them makes a huge difference. When my kids learned that traffic light system, I didn't even think that it would help that much, because it seems so basic and simple. It's like, no kid's going to hold on to this, but they do. And they love it.
Kids
and
are huge learners.
Yes. And if you say like,
sponges for information.
Yes. Tell them, hey, make me a plate that's going to make you run faster.
Yeah.
And they can do it and they love it.
Look at you. You're skipping ahead of everything. I love it. No, but that's good. But that's great, because that's what it is. People, it's not hard. It's just people don't either know how to start, or they don't really think it's going to help. So
or they're just overwhelmed. Yeah.
That
I mean,
too.
it's just a lot.
The whole thing about the sugar, I mean, like I could do a whole podcast on sugar. I actually did one, and I could do another one. But the bad thing about sugar we don't really see now is obviously it's addictive, but then the long-term effects, like the diabetes, the weight gain, the crashes in the afternoon, the energy, and all that stuff.
Well, it's feeding bad. It feeds parasites. It feeds cancer. It feeds sickness. When you're sick, don't eat sugar. Don't drink Gatorade.
I tell people liquid IV. I mean, I tell people that is straight up sugar, just about.
Oh yeah.
You'd be better off for electrolytes to put like
salt.
Himalayan sea salt in your water.
Yes.
I mean, that's 84 trace minerals right there that you can drink versus just taking sugar.
Make sure you're using real salt, not table salt, but yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now, the problem sometimes comes down to the picky eaters, because I know a lot of kids tend to be picky eaters, which is funny because usually the top, like 5 foods I see is mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, chicken tenders, Everybody likes that. That's comfort food, but it's like, how do we get kids to eat healthier and want to eat healthier, and avoid those carbs and processed foods, things like that? You kind of mentioned it earlier when you talk about making it fun.
Yep. Let them be involved, and keep putting it in front of them. I'll have people that are like, I've put broccoli on my kid's plate for too much. Great. Keep doing it. Just put it in front of them. Don't force it. I am not a clean plate club at all. You want your kids to listen to their bodies. You're teaching them to listen to their bodies. Even with the traffic light system, they're listening to their bodies on what kind of fuel they feel they need. And so the same thing with when you're trying to get picky eaters to eat stuff that they don't really like, you just keep putting it in front of them. As long as you're eating it too. Don't tell them to eat Brussels sprouts and you don't eat yours.
Exactly.
They mirror what you do. So a lot of times I tell parents when they come to me, my main clientele is moms and kids. They're my huge focus.
Same.
And I always tell moms, I want to start with you. I want to start with your lifestyle, your exercise, your attitude, and your nutrition, because everything that you start shifting right now, your kids are watching, and they will make the shifts without you even teaching them, because that they literally are sponges. Like you said, they want to be a lot like us. And if we can mirror some better examples, it's not going to be easy. And nutrition does not change overnight. You got to take baby steps, focus on one meal or one bad habit with your food. I had a client that used to drink 6 Dr. Peppers a day. And I'm like, okay, we're going to drink 5. We're going to drink 5 this month.
Yeah.
And baby steps. And it'll get to the point where in a year, you'll see the shift and you'll be like, holy cow, I got off of all of those sodas and I didn't even realize I did that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's different ways. I mean, like sodas are one thing, but yeah, some people will probably tell you to cut it out completely. You can't do things like that cold turkey, especially if you're addicted. Cigarettes, alcohol. Your body your body doesn't do well with extreme changes.
Correct.
That's when you go into the withdrawal systems. Now, yeah, if you're drinking 6 cans of Dr. Pepper a day, that's not good, but cutting it out completely is also not good because you're craving that sugar and then
Right.
you're going to go into withdrawals. So yes, limiting the amount, so maybe cutting it in half, or even, I don't want to say switch to diet because diet is obviously worse.
It is.
And that's what a lot of people do is they would like, well, I want to cut out the Dr. Pepper. I want to drink diet Dr. Pepper. And they think they're healthier because it's diet. But
Right.
then again, now you're adding a whole list of chemicals
Yep.
that were not in the original. And that's what I tell people. I would rather you drink a regular can of
Same.
soda than drink the diet. Because
Yes. 100%.
yeah. So, yeah.
That's the world we live in.
I
Again,
know.
the
Like I
marketing.
say-
We are
yeah.
marketed, and it is so hard to get over that greenwashed marketing where the package looks so
Yes.
healthy and the name of it is healthy with the diet and like fat-free stuff. And I'm like, don't go there. If you're going to eat something, eat the whole thing. Like,
And I
Full
can do
fat.
a whole podcast on greenwashing. Why don't you explain what greenwashing is for people that don't understand what that means?
greenwashing is when a brand
Appears to be healthy.
appears to be healthy. So I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head that's
know.
not. Organics is an example of
Organic. The word
children.
organic nowadays is kind of derivative.
It's really hard. You've got to find
Just
the
because
label.
it says organic does not mean it actually is.
You can actually put organic on a product if 5% of one ingredient is organic.
Just like olive oil is a good example. You buy the big gallons of olive oil, and it might say olive oil, but it doesn't have to be 100% olive oil.
Correct.
I think it only has to be like 51% olive oil. The other 49% could be anything.
Any other oil.
Which is crazy to think about it. And that's the whole seed oil thing right now.
Yes. And that is such a huge shift. If you just focus on one thing for the next month to 3 months, the oils, like do your olive oil, you want the extra virgin, organic,
cold press.
single source. Single source is huge because if they can source it from different countries and different areas, you're not getting good quality oil at all.
No. And then there's so many different, like I said, that's the biggest thing. It's like there's so many choices, there's so many labels, people don't know what they're doing, they don't read, they don't have the knowledge, so they just believe what the marketing's telling them. And of course, marketing is going to say whatever they want to get you to buy it. 'Cause
Right.
That's their job.
And so much of the world are full-time employees. Like we want to be able to be in a world where we can go somewhere we can trust the marketing, because we don't have 90% of the world does not have time to dig into this stuff. No, that's why you got folks like me that help teach you, because it is
Exactly.
a lot. And people are like, okay, well, if I make these choices to get better stuff, I go to the grocery store and then I'm autopilot and then I'm just grabbing all my normal stuff. And I'm like, go to a different grocery store. Go to a grocery store you don't normally go to so that you don't know where anything is, and you'll start reading labels better.
Yeah, you don't have to go to a Whole Foods or something like that to get something healthier. Grocery stores do have healthy foods. You just have to know where to look.
Right.
I'm sure you probably teach your clients. I've been told when you're shopping for groceries, you spend more time on the outside
On the perimeter.
than you do on the inside, because on the inside of the grocery store is where you have your box, your cans, your bags. So pretty much everything's been processed. If it's in a box or can in a bag, it's been processed.
Yep.
One way or the other. But your outside is your meat, your dairy, your cheese, your vegetables, your fruits, things like that.
Yep.
Your bread sometimes. And breads, like I said, bread's another one that sometimes you think is healthy and it's not because it's pure sugar.
Oh, that's a huge one. Sprouted bread, folks. You want sprouted. If
Yeah.
it says sprouted, you'll be doing pretty good.
Like I say, eating tofu and Brussels sprouts for the rest of your life, right?
Yes.
No, but like I know for little kids, it's hard, obviously, because they have their things and they have their likes. But when it gets to the more teenagers, you kind of sometimes have more wiggle room because they have the more knowledge and they kind of know what they like, what they don't like, and they're more, I guess, willing to try foods than sometimes kids are. But a big thing I know with a lot of teenagers sometimes is the fact that they're on their phones a lot. So they get the screen time is huge, and you get that mindless snacking when you're just
Yes.
watching TV with a bag of chips. Next thing you know, the whole chip bag is gone, and you're like, "Did I just eat the whole bag, or did
Yep.
I just drink all 3 of those sodas?" Or, things like that. So it's like, how do you kind of deal with, I guess, that kind of mentality when it goes to like snacking excessively? I'm not a snacker, But sometimes late at night, I might want something salty, want something sweet, things like that.
I'm totally a snacker. My husband will tell you, my wife and kids are like the nibbliest people, and they'll leave stuff out in the kitchen so they can always come back to it. It drives them crazy. But I just say don't eat in front of screens at all.
Yep.
Like my kids know if they're eating, they got to sit in the kitchen. They have pushed the boundaries where they'll sit on the hardwood floor in between the kitchen and the living room so they can still see the TV.
Yep.
Yes. And so
and that's a big thing.
It's a constant battle, but
Not having the screen, that's actually a really good practice for families, is to not have the television on when you're eating. Because number one, you're distracted and you're getting bombarded with all this advertisements and whatever, but you're taking time away from talking to each other. So you start developing those distances in the relationship. And we can go, there's a whole nother, podcast between mental health and all that. But,
oh yeah.
But yeah. So,
But taking snack time even as a family time, like you're saying, if snack time's 10 minutes, we're all in the kitchen eating a snack. We're not sitting in the living room where you can mindlessly eat the entire bag of chips.
But another big thing I see as like you had mentioned it earlier is like teaching kids how to do things like create the clean plate or teaching them how to cook.
Yeah.
There's so many people nowadays that do not know how to cook.
Yep.
Which is so unfortunate, disheartening, whatever, disappointing, because that's what these marketing companies want, is they want you to be reliable on their foods because, hey, you can just pop this in the microwave for 3 minutes and you got a meal, quote unquote, here ready to eat that's not going to be exposed to microplastics and all the other kind of stuff.
Oh, I got a whole rant on microwaves. Oh,
yes,
they're doing
I know.
all these healthy meals in these packages that are, what is that one that everyone's eating right now? It's white, black word. What is it?
Factor probably.
Factor.
Yeah, there's so many different.
And they're so healthy, but then you plop it in the microwave, and I'm like,
I think the
you
same
just
thing.
Killed
You've got
it.
relatively healthy food, and now you're nuking it. And
Yes,
I'm
you have
like,
killed every nutrient in it.
I would rather you put it in the oven and heat it up that way, or air fryer, than put
Yes.
it in that. But yeah, the plastic. I could do a whole nother podcast on microplastics because I think I read somewhere that the average human eats about a credit card's worth of plastic every week.
Yes.
Which is
And that is a
crazy.
forever chemical. That is not being processed out of our bodies. God
yeah.
created us perfectly, and I do believe that he has some sort of way that's coming out. But
So your liver and your kidneys do a lot more than we take credit for, which is why you need to protect your liver and kidneys.
Yes.
And most people don't, which is why now the big thing is the detox. I'm seeing that everywhere. Give your liver a detox. Give your kidney a detox. You should be doing that anyway.
yes,
Not
that should
because
just
you
be your
feel like you
normal.
need to. Exactly.
Yeah.
But that comes back to eating healthy.
Yep.
But a couple ways that I'm sure you deal with, obviously, limit junk food availability. If it's not in the house, you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
I can't eat ice cream anymore, which is horrible because I have developed some kind of a sensitivity to dairy.
Oh.
I know it's horrible. So I switched to sherbet and like sorbet, which is healthier, but it's still high in the sugar, but it's a little bit better than all the fat and cream and all that. But limit it. If it's not in the house, you can't get it. Teaching your kids how to be confident, and that teaches them independence when it comes to the food, because they don't feel like, oh, well, I don't know if I'm going to like this. I'm just going to get chicken tenders, or build that confidence early on to where it feels like they're not doing something wrong. Or
Right.
It's okay if you don't want to eat this, but at least try it.
Yes.
Because taste change.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I used to eat
Very
olives.
frequently.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I used to eat olives by the handful when I was a kid. Now I can't stand them. So
Oh God, I used to eat black olives.
that was the thing. Yeah, black olives.
out of the can. Oh, I
Yep,
loved them.
That was me, and now I'm like, "Ugh, I can't. No, it's crazy. No, it's crazy how that changes. But is there anything else that you want? I know we could talk for hours about kids and nutrition, but is there anything else that maybe you had specifically had a thought about?
It's mainly just keeping it simple and try not to create restriction and create empowerment. You want to be teaching them. You don't want to tell them no, because they're going to go off to college and they're going to eat every single no you told them they couldn't have. So you've got to manage that while they're still under your roof, and have real conversations with them like they're real people, and not that they just won't understand. Oh, don't pull the card of like, we're doing this because it's healthy and it's the right thing to do. You're not going to understand it right now, but this is what we're eating. All of this is really bad for you.
Well, that way, when they go over to people's houses or they go to camps or whatever, and they're not in your sight, they have a little bit more control of what they can eat. Now, obviously, we can get into the whole sensitivities, and if you have the gluten intolerance and the lactose intolerance and the soy allergies and the egg, I mean, that's different.
Yeah, that's a whole nother game.
That's more prevalent now, and we didn't get into it, and I wish we had a little bit more time to discuss that. But I really liked talking about the reason behind all that, because we didn't have all these diseases like 20, 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And if that tells you anything of how bad the food that we're eating is causing a lot of these people's problems that we didn't have back in the 40s and 50s that we have now, the egg allergies and the soy allergies and the gluten allergies and the dairy and the peanut and just the list goes on and on.
Oh,
and on.
yeah.
Because everything is so heavily processed. Mm-hmm.
And our bodies don't know how to process it.
And we're taking basically all the nutrients out, and then they're adding it back artificially. Mm-hmm. Water, same way. When you buy, you might think bottled water is safer because it's in a bottle. Well, it might be safer than tap water, but it's basically tap water that's been processed.
Yep.
And they take the electrolytes and minerals out of it, and then they add it back for taste. But that you'd be better off drinking it from the source.
Could drink it out of the creek.
Well, maybe not out of the creek, but yeah,
might be a little better.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't have as much chlorine and lead in it, I guess.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's like people think things are healthier because they're packaged and they say they're healthier and they're whatever, but it's like you really got to do the research, and that's what I tell patients is just do your own research. Just because it's online, just because it says this, if you have an influencer or a celebrity that's endorsing it, that's probably a red flag, unless that celebrity is a health like nut and they're like what they mean.
Right.
Because if you've got somebody up there promoting, I don't know, whatever product, and they're not drinking or eating that product, they're just getting money off of it.
A lot of the time, yeah.
And you're the one suffering because you're eating it because you think they are.
Right.
So, yeah, that
it's a hard battle.
We could talk about this all day long, I'm sure.
We could. It's one of my favorite topics.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You are what you eat. Your health is mostly what goes into your body.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we tear our bodies down every day, but mainly what we eat and drink is what makes us who we are.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
No, again, keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. It is.
Keep it simple, and
the less you do at a time, the better off you're going to be. You cannot tackle it all in one big picture.
Baby steps. Yeah.
Yep.
I never tell people to cut things out cold turkey or immediately because your body can't handle that, number one. But number two, you mentally can't handle it.
Yeah, you can't stick with it.
No, yeah, you're not going to keep up with it. If you want to start working out and go to the gym, you need to do it little by little. Don't just hit it hard. Like, I'm going to go to the gym every day for the next 3 weeks. And it's like after 4 days, you're like,
you're done.
I'm good.
But then remember to get back up.
Exactly.
Because if you do that, your goals are met by the people that get back up. Exactly. Everybody falls and everybody fails, and you're not going to be perfect. And the goal is to just keep going. Exactly. You have a crappy day and you decide you're going to have Little Caesars and some Snickers. Fine. Tomorrow, get back up.
Try again.
Yep.
So real quick, how can they get a hold of you if they need more information?
Best way to reach me is going to be Instagram right now. My handle is Purely Blakely. I am here in Hickory. We'll be taking clients through Simply Well Co. starting in September.
All right. Awesome. Which won't be very long.
I know. It's sneaking up on me.
All right. Well, appreciate you coming out.
I enjoyed it. Till next time.
If you'd like to learn more about what you just heard, or if you're interested in scheduling an appointment to see how chiropractic can help you, visit our website at newdirectionschiropractic-nc.com. Be sure to follow our social media page for more information on how to be a better you.
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.